This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. Be net control from the Air Force's Flyers Club net this Wednesday morning. The net will begin in 15 minutes, top of the hour.
Calling CQ, this is K4YDB, Idaho. We've got a good signal here. We've got a net starting up here in about 14 minutes, and we're just starting to take some check-ins for the Air Force Flyers Club net. You're welcome to join us, though, sir. K4YDB.
Testing it. I appreciate your reply.
Very good. You're S5, good S5 into north of Boise, Idaho. K4YDB, stand by for the Flyers Club net. We're going to begin in 13 minutes.
K4YDB, W5ABI, 20 over, Bob.
Thank you, Joe. You're nice S9 here. I got the antenna looking southeast. K4YDB.
Thanks for the report, Bob. W5ABI, standing by for net.
W5OG, K1BOB. Dale, if you copy Don's there, I'll bring him in.
Yeah, I was having some problems with Echolink there. I didn't see a caret by whoever was talking. And then when I wanted to acknowledge Don, it didn't work. Or I was doubling with him or something. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you bring him in over Echolink here, Bob. That'll be great. Thank you for that. W5OG, we'll be starting the net up in about 6 minutes. I'm not sure where those POTA people are that are on 292, but if somebody's hearing them, well, they might slide up and ask them to maybe move up a kilohertz. That would be great. Just to get them up to 293 instead of 292. They're pretty strong here. W5OG.
W5OG. That is K2SJP. Good morning to you, Dale.
Yeah, good morning, Bob. Big signal. You must be at home in Lutz.
Negative. We're over here in Holiday, running remote from the desktop.
Yeah, it sounds great. You couldn't tell the difference. Mighty fine, Bob. Big signal. W5OG.
K2SJP, W5ABI, S9, Bob.
W5ABI, K2SJP. 5 and 8 into here today, Joe. Good solid copy.
Yeah, thanks for the report, Bob. W5ABI, standing by for net.
K4YES W5OG. You're pretty light this morning, Tom. I heard you in there on the SDR, so we'll get you on the list. You going to be around for the net, over? Okay, we'll get you on the list. K4YES. W5OG be starting up here, well, in about a minute.
W5OG, WA6LJS.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, did you pay by PayPal? Did you pay the dues by PayPal, over?
Affirmative.
Okay, I'll do a search there. Very good. WA6LJS standing by.
And if by some mistake I didn't, let me know, let me know, John. I'm almost sure that I did it by PayPal. Anyway, this is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. It's that time of the morning here in the central part of the country. We need to start up the Air Force's Flyers Club net this Wednesday morning. I'm not the normal net control for Wednesday. That would be W2WLD. But this is your alternate for the day, Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. My name is Dale. I'm located in East Texas, about 80 or 100 miles east of Dallas, out in the country. The net, this net meets on this frequency and at this time every day of the year. Members of our Air Force's Flyers Club are active duty, retired, and veterans of the military air forces from all branches. And we include air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, support personnel, missileers, pretty much anyone involved with the supporting the aviation mission from all of our armed forces. We also very much like to welcome visitors. Please participate whether or not you have any experience with the military or aviation. Let's see, purpose of our group is to promote fellowship between those of us radio amateurs who spend a portion of our lives supporting the missions of our, the aviation mission of our Air Force, or Armed Forces, rather. Here's a control net, contact net control. Please use the word contact, relay, info, or check-in. We have a nice website. You can find out all about us. The address is airforcesflyersclub.org. I'll repeat that once again, airforcesflyersclub.org. And we've got the OTHR going on here a little bit, so I hope that doesn't bother anybody. It's down maybe we're right at the top end of his frequency band this morning. Anyway, and plus the tuner-uppers, this is the international tune-up frequency, of course. All right, well, so far on the list, and we're using NetLogger to get to establish the list on the net this morning. And doing the net logging duties is Lee again in 5 Bravo Echo. Thank you, Lee, for that. Do appreciate your being there and helping with that for sure this morning. So far on that list, I have the following stations: K0ZNC Don, and he will be brought in over Echolink. We do have an Echolink node. It's AFFC. You can find it under the conference tab. Use Echolink. We will use that to back up the HF and bring in Don for sure. And appreciate Commander Bob is going to do that for me. That Podog 292 is getting to be worrisome there. I don't know. Maybe they'll hear us. Let's see. So far on the list, other than Don, we've got the following stations. I've got N5 Bravo Echo Lee doing the net logging. And Mike, Whiskey 5 Echo November Zulu up in Choctaw, Oklahoma. I've got Bob, K2SJP with his booming big signal. And I've got John, WA6LJFB in and out. He's got an air conditioner guy coming in. I've got KF7 GJO Sparky in Sparks, Nevada there. And I got the John W7AJN. Got Commander Bob, K1BLB. Got my younger brother Brian in San Antonio there, WB5BRI. Good morning, Brian. Got Tom, K4YES. And he's fairly light with me this morning, but I'm sure we'll get you in one way or the other there this morning, Tom. Jill had a big signal, W5ABI. And Ray, I haven't heard yet, but good morning to you, Ray, WB2JJO. And Charlie, K4YDB. And speaking of Charlie, he is doing the live stream. And I see that the question of the day is up there and scrolling, so you don't have to write it down if you want to bring up YouTube there and search for K4YDB. You'll be able to see the net in progress from his perspective there with his fine station. And also on the list this morning, I've got Mike, KQ6E. Good morning to you, Mike. All right, let me just see if there's any others that would like to check in. Over-the-air check-ins for the Air Force and Flyers Club Net. This is Whiskey 5, Oscar Golf. Call now. Well, I don't hear anybody. Let's see if John is still there. WA6LJS, put a call out from the West Coast if you can there, John, W5OG. Well, he has stepped away, so I guess I don't see anybody else there from the West Coast, the left coast. How about you, Bob? Could you put a call out for additional check-ins, K1BOB, W5OG?
We'll go, Dale. I'm actually about the same longitude as John is, believe it or not, but I'm not on the coast. K1BOB, we're looking for any other check-ins, the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. And I'm relaying for net control. Go ahead with your call sign.
Whiskey 3, Mike Charlie Echo.
Okay, Mike Charlie Echo, come back with your prefix, please, and name and location, sir.
Yeah, Whiskey 3, Mike Charlie Echo. Name is Carl, and I'm in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and I missed the number. I got Whiskey blank, Mike Charlie Echo. Come back with your number again, please.
3.
Okay, that makes sense. Pennsylvania. Good morning, Carl. And you've reached the Air Force Flyers Club Net. Will you be able to stay with us this morning? I think you'll find it interesting.
Yes, sir. I plan on standing by here and listening.
Okay, very good, Carl. And do you need an early out from the net?
And a little bit of QRM in there. Could you please repeat that?
Yeah, there's somebody who's but I can't ask him to move a little. But do you need to be an early out, or can you hang around for the duration of the net?
I'm going to be here, and you never know, I might have to step out, but I plan on being here.
Okay, very good, Carl. Good to have you with us this morning. Dale, did you copy that? W3MCE, Carl, and he'll hang in here for the duration from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, thank you, Bob, and good morning to Carl. I am hearing you, Carl, W3 Mike Charlie Echo. From PA there, and glad to have you aboard. I'll try and get you early on as a visitor, so in case you need to step away, you can. Hopefully we'll catch you when you're at the station there. All right, let's put a call out from the East Coast. I think probably Bob, K2SJP, put a call out from your area there, W5OG.
W5OG, K2SJP, welcome, Dale. This is K2SJP Relay for Net Control, calling any members or guests for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Please call now.
Victor Echo 3, Hotel Oscar Lima.
The Victor Echo 3, come back again.
Victor Echo 3, Hotel Oscar Lima.
Okay, I got Z K3 Hotel Oscar Lima. Did you copy him, Dale?
I think it's Echo Oscar Lima. I might be wrong. B3 Echo Oscar Lima. If you're hearing me, this is W5OG. Do I have your call correct there? Over. You'll have to call him, Bob. I can't. He didn't answer to me. I think see if you can clarify his call sign there. Over.
Yeah. Okay. The VE3 Hotel Oscar Lima. This is K2SJP. Can you give me your name and QTH, please?
Yes, the given on this end is Howard, Hotel Oscar Whiskey, Alpha Romeo Delta. My QTH is at the mouth of Lake Huron there, right on the Ontario and Michigan border. Roger, roger.
Roger. Okay, Howard. And Howard's over in Ontario. And net control is W5OG. And I don't know if you're copying him well, but he's not copying you too well. So when it's your turn, I will call you on air. Will you be able to stay for the remainder of the night? Go ahead.
Roger. I'll be short time here. I gotta do something very shortly there. Roger.
Okay, we got you as a short timer. So we'll put him up on the top of the list, Dale. Is there any other call-ins for the airport supplies department? Please call now. Nothing more heard except PHAs and frequencies QRM, Dale. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a bit disturbing there. Thank you for that, Bob. And I did hear Cliff, W5PIX, and Lee already has him on there, so that's great. And he's moved our visitors up, so I won't forget. And I've got that popping going on. I don't know what that is, but let me see if I can maybe adjust something to get rid of it here. All right, test. Hello, I don't hear it now. Anyway, all right, mighty fine, Bob. Thank you for that. All right, let's get to the all-important question of the day. It's a pretty simple question, actually. It can't get much simpler than this. Hold on just 1 second. Stand by. Okay, had to find the question. I did print it up just so I would have it here for me for my use, and then I couldn't find the paper. All right, so the question of the day has to do with the C40 Clipper. And my logging program is announcing somebody that I don't have confirmed and is on the came up on the spot. Anyway, I hope that doesn't come over the air. Anyway, the C40 Clipper is a military version of which aircraft? That's the question for the day. And I happened on this from the Air Force, Air and Space Force magazine. It's this year's almanac, which is always a good source. It's very interesting to go through there, and I was perusing it the other day, and I happened upon this as an idea for a question. The C-40 Clipper is a military version of which aircraft? Pretty simple answers. A. Stand by. Hello. Test. Now I can still hear myself on the SDR. I guess it's working okay. Anyway, the C-40 Clipper is a military version of which aircraft? Is it A, the Boeing 737? Or is it B, the Boeing 757? One of my favorite airplanes. Or would it be answer Charlie, the Gulfstream 5? Or is it Delta, the Gulfstream G700? Which is a relatively new, fantastic airplane, I might add. A is Boeing 737, B, Boeing 757, C, the Gulfstream 5, and D, the Gulfstream G700. And as I mentioned, these are on the live stream. You can go to YouTube, search for K4YDB, and select live. All right, a bonus question of the day. Interesting question here. Which of the following does not operate the C-40 Clipper? There's only one of these that does not. And here are the answers. A, the USAF, or B, the U.S. Navy, C, the USAF Air National Guard, or D, the USAF, the Air Force Reserve, the Reserve of the Air Force. So which of the following does not operate the C-40? Either the USAF, U.S. Navy, USAF Air National Guard, or the USAF AFRC. Those are the questions for the day, and let's go as we normally do. We'll start off with Don. Good morning to you, Don, and Commander Bob will bring him in. K0ZNC, go ahead, Don, you're up, and thank you. Over to you there, Bob. K1BOB, W5OG.
This is K1BOB with a simulcast for K0ZNC. Good morning, Don. You're up.
I'll get him, Bob.
Colorado. Good morning to all of us.
Don, you're up.
My internet today, I think,
Well, it's not coming up to the top of the
a question. I did not get the second question, so I have no idea what's going on there.
We'll have to try again later.
But anyway,
Trying to get them here.
put me down for
K1BOB, back to net.
Charlie on the first part and Charlie on the second part. So when in doubt, Charlie out. Anyway, temperatures here currently are 72 degrees. 30% chance of rain, the weatherman says. And the high for the day is going to be 84 degrees. So it's cooling down a bit, or not up into the 90s or the triple digits anymore. Hopefully it's anymore. We may get a day or two in the 90s yet. I doubt that we'll have anything in the triple digit area the rest of the year here. Let's hope to live a try. Don't really have anything else. May not be as usual. And Dale, thank you for putting me out onto the top of the list there. And Bob, for you relaying the information. I do appreciate that. And the both of you guys. With that, we'll turn it back to you, Dale, WWOG,
Yeah, okay, Don. Yeah, we got you in there, W5OG.
Answer, we copied Charlie, didn't get your first one there. Go ahead again with that.
I got him in there, Bob.
I believe it was Charlie. Charlie now. K0ZNC.
Yep. We got Charlie and Charlie.
Dale, K1BOB back to that. Not quite sure. He had a huge delay, then he came in midway through, so not sure what happened there. K1BOB back to net.
Well, you dropped out of Echo Link there, so I picked it up, Bob. And I'll let you know if that was doing it. Oh my! I don't know how that came out. I was hearing it on the SDR. It sounded all okay there, though. All right, let's move along. Let's see one of our visitors here, the W3 Mike Charlie Echo, Carl in Pennsylvania. And I may need you to bring him in there, Bob. W3 MCE, go ahead. You're up, Carl, W5OG.
Yeah, W3 MCE. Okay. I didn't catch the second question, but I'll say 757 for the first one.
Okay, I think you turned it back here, Carl. You said the 757 for the first one. That would be answer Bravo, I believe. All right, and didn't hear the second question. The second question was just which of the following are not operating that aircraft, and it was the Air Force or the Navy or the National Guard or the Reserves. Which one of those is not operating that aircraft? Do you have any idea there, or want to take a guess? Carl, over.
Yeah, I'll take a guess. National Guard.
Alrighty. See, that would be the National Guard is answer Charlie. All right, we got you down there. Glad to have you join us, Carl, and we'll be back around for you. And glad to have you stick around for the net, and we will do a 73-round time permitting. There is another net that follows ours, so we have to be off of here. But we'll probably squeeze in a 7-3 round today. This short lift. All right, let's move along. Go to Howard up there in Ontario, Brights Grove, Ontario. Great name. Victor Echo 3, Hotel Oscar Lima. And you may need to bring him in there, Bob. I don't think he's hearing me. V3HOL, you're up, W5OG.
Okay, VE3HOL. This is K2SJP for net control, and that would be W5OG. It is your turn. I don't know if you heard the question of the day. We have just about every day question of the day. And what we are asking today is the C40 Clipper. Would that be equivalent of a 737, 757, a Golf 5, or a Gulfstream G 700? And the second question is, which branch does not operate the C-40 Clipper? Is it the Air Force, the Navy, the Air Force National Guard, or the Air Force Reserve? So over to you, and hopefully you're copying me okay. Howard, VE3HOL. This is K2SJP. Are you still in there, Howard? VE3HOL, K2SJP. Well, he disappeared, Dale. Back to you.
All right, fine, Bob. Well, yeah, mighty fine. Appreciate your repeating the question and giving it that old college try there. All right, let's move along. We'll go to Lee, N5BE. And again, Lee, thanks for doing the net logging. N5BE, W5OG. Good morning. Got you, Bob. NX6RG.
Yeah, W5OG N5B. I was just putting Professor Bob in there at the end of the line. I heard him check in, so got you down, Bob. Well, I'm just going to go with Alpha and Charlie. Alpha and Charlie, and I don't want to give it away, but if we get enough time in the 73 round, I'll tell you a funny story. Well, it was funny to me anyway, about a C40 and a and whatever it is commercially. So I'll save that one if we got time. So put myself down for Alpha and Charlie. W5OG N5BE.
All right, Lee. Okay, mighty fine. We'll stand by for that war story there for sure. All right, let's go to Chief Mike, WW5ENZ up in Choctaw. You're up, Mike. Good morning, W5OG.
Good morning, W5OG and the net. This is WW5ENZ. Yeah, it's kind of noisy out there today. We had a lot of QRM and other things, including whatever the Chinese over the radar or over the horizon radar is. But it's interesting. Anyway, that's a great question here, Dale. And I think, I'm going to go with Alpha Charlie. I'm going to go Alpha Charlie. And I think, well, let's see, who was that? The first one out there was saying that. Anyway, it's a good, I think they operate out of the old Fort Worth, Carswell Air Force Base, I think, which is now a Navy base, and they do a lot of hops. You can catch hops on those aircraft all over the world, and they usually have lots of empty seats. So if you're wanting to go somewhere, check that out, because those guys, they are on Facebook, and you can check them out and catch hops everywhere. Anyway, WW5ENZ, I'll be here to the bottom, WW5ENZ clear, and back to the network. To you, W5OG.
Okay, pretty interesting, Mike, about the Space A opportunities there from old Carswell. Anyway, I don't think I want to go anywhere, but my experience with Space A travel is great, but that was back in the day when you could do it. There were relatively scheduled flights. You might find yourself in no telling where, and then you'd have to wait for another airplane to come through. You might not ever know when it's coming through. Anyway, very interesting there, Mike. Let's go to Bob, K2SJP. Thanks for the help this morning. Bob, you're up, W5OG.
W5OG, K2SJP. And we're over here, remote, and weather over here so far is sunny and bright. That will not last. We're forecasting more rain. And as Bob said yesterday, we have such storms coming up the coast. I haven't been here yet, but we'll see in a day or two. South don't have a thermometer over here. Say it's about 85, maybe a little less rain. Somewhere in there. On the question, the C-40. Familiar with the C-40? Because that is a 737. And there were 737 Clippers out there owned by Japan, because our call sign was Clipper, and we had 7 of them, and I was operated on them also. So the C-40 Clipper, answer A, the 737 is my choice, and I am not going with the lemmings on the second question. I'm going to go with Delta, Alpha and Delta. I may not be correct on that, but I think the National Guard used the C-40, and why they use the word Clipper, stolen from Pan Am. That's it. It's about it from this end. Thanks for running the net. Back to you will be your KDN W5OG.
That's very interesting, Bob. I was going to ask you about that. I did not know what the connection with the old Pan Am Clipper would be. And I was going to ask you, how do they use that? Isn't that something that's, the rights continue with with Pan Am there? I'm sure they don't use that as a call sign. That would be just the name of the aircraft. It's pretty interesting, though. And the deeper I got into it, the more interesting it became. But anyway, got your answer, Alpha and Delta there. And see, there was something else I wanted to mention. Yeah, what microphone are you using, Bob, with your laptop there? It sounds great, by the way. Go ahead.
We're using a Samsung, and a wired mic. And it's pretty good mic for $35.
And that works into, what is it, USB connection to your laptop?
Yeah, that's right. It's USB connection.
Wow, sure sounds good. All right, mighty fine. Let's see if John is back from his maintenance with his air conditioner there. WA6LJS, are you there, John? W5OG, you're up. No, he's not there. We'll move along. Let's go to Carl, KF7GJO. Good morning there, Sparky. You're up, W5OG.
morning, everybody. This is K4YDB Dale here. And it's another beautiful day out here in Northern Nevada. Talking about the weather. That's a nice thing about this area. It can get up to 90 degrees in the daytime, and because of our latitude and elevation here at the house is about 40, 50. It cools right down at night, so I mean, it's the type of open the windows and just be really refreshed at night. It's what I was listening to John saying earlier. I can't blame him for not wanting to leave vacation. Another fantastic place to live is Arkansas. It's not a hillbilly state. It's a beautiful place to live. We've got a little bit of everything. Well, hey, Dale, you'll remember from our trip to the White River back in 2018. So, anyway, on to the question. I'm going to pass on the first part because I was curious about it, and after I made my choice, I looked it up and found out I was wrong. So just put me down for the wrong answer for the first half, and I'm going with the, let me pull it up here real quick. Answer number 3, the AF Reserve. I don't think they're fly. If I'm not familiar with that, but if it's what I think it is, you're still counted as in the Air Force, but there's no active requirement. So I'm going to go with D for the second half of the answer. And almost ready to think about it. So back to you, buddy. K4YDB, stay up and be there.
Yeah, fine, Carl. I have a couple of friends, good buddies that from the Air Force days that have retired in the Reno area, and they really enjoy it. And of course, you're close to skiing, and just a lot of different activities. I used to have a 757 trip that went in there, as I've mentioned a couple of times in the past. But so Reno is always a nice place to visit. Good layover town. Let's see. Mighty fine we got you down for your answers there, and we'll move along to John, W7AJN in Peoria. Good morning, John. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG, W7AJN. Good morning, Dale. And good morning to all the flyers out there on the net. It's a beautiful day here in Peoria, Arizona, where we have 88 degrees. We're going up to 108 today with 32% humidity. So, let's see. Both the girls are doing okay. And your question. Did I say thanks to Leon for running the net logger? Thank you, Leon. Doing a great job on that. Thank you. And Tipper is a 737. I think 700. So that would be answer 30. I believe the Air National Guard does not fly the C-40. So my second answer is C-7.
Okay, fine, John. Alpha and Charlie got you down there, duly recorded. Let's move along to Commander Bob, K1BOB. Go ahead, Bob. You're up, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, good morning. Thanks for taking the net today for Bill. And good morning to all the flyers there. Thank you, Leon, for doing the net logger, and Charlie for doing the great YouTube display. It sure helps things there, Charlie. So let's see, my answers, I was pretty sure, is a 737. I think that looks pretty promising with the Lemmings. No doubt in my mind. I knew the Air Force had a couple at least, and I knew it was a primary Navy mover, I think, so that would include Marines. So my answer is Alpha on the first one. The second one, I'm not sure. A and B certainly were not the answers. It was either Charlie or Delta. And I think the Air National Guard has them. I don't know about the reserve, though. So I'm going to go with Bob on a hunch there. I kind of was going to go with C just because I could Charlie out and keep reasonable pace, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with Delta on the second one. Alpha and Delta is my guess today. A little educated and quite not on this. So I'm not sure what happened there with K0ZNC this morning, Dale. I think we might have transmitted over each other there. I'm not quite sure what happened. He got real delayed coming in, and all of a sudden he jumped in mid-sentence, so I'm not sure what happened there. It was working just great here as far as this end's concerned, so don't know. Anyway, I'll get on with it, and back to you, Dale. Thanks for doing the net. K4YDB, back to net.
Yeah, Bob, and I apologize if I really confused things. I saw you drop off. You disappeared from the list on Echolink. So I just went ahead and Don was talking, so I started simulcasting him and mentioned that I was doing that. Anyway, I guess it worked out okay. I think most folks heard Don this morning. And we'll try and do better next time there, Don, K0ZNC. I think you got double inputted there somehow or another. All right, anyway, we'll move along. Us poor struggling human beings, I guess. WB5DRI, good morning, Brian. Hope Susie's doing well, and I love you guys. Over to you, Brian, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, W5OG and the Nets. This is WB5DRI. Brian down here in San Antonio. Good morning, Dale, and good morning to Carolyn there, and love to you guys, and good morning to all the Flyers and to the net there. Nice day down here in San Antonio. We're still enjoying a little cooler weather as a result of some pretty good rain that we got yesterday, and it's still a little cloudy and overcast, and I think we're about the mid-70s, about 76. And they're only going up to about 88 for the high today, so it's a lovely day here in San Antonio. We'll take all the high 80 degree days we can get. Anyway, hope everybody is having a good day. Pretty good conditions on the band this morning, hitting most folks. And we had a great 40-meter net last night with Jennifer, and had pretty good conditions on 40 last night, so it was a very good net. And on your question there, good questions there, Dale. I know it's a later version of the 737, so I'm going to go with Alpha for the first question. And I'm going to deviate from the group here and say that I think the Air Force has these aircraft, but I don't think the Navy has one. I'm going to say my answers are going to be Alpha and Bravo. So Alpha for the first one and Bravo, the Navy, for the second question there, and see how that comes out. Anyway, good to be here this morning, Dale, and thanks for doing the net for Bill. Back to you, W5OG, WB5DRI, back to net. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, Brian. Alpha and Bravo, there's a new one. Mighty fine, got you down there, and yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it here just shortly. Let's see about Tom. If I can pull you in there, Tom. Good morning to you. K4YES. You're up for the net. W5OG. Yeah, mighty fine, Tom. No problem. I can hear you well. Go ahead, W5OG. Okay, Tom. Yeah, solid copy. No worries on your signal now. I don't know what that noise was. I guess it was a maybe an SCR there in the background or something when you first started, but you got rid of it and you were nice and clear there. All right, got your answer. Let's see, what was it? Alpha and Charlie. Was that it, Tom? Yeah, I see it. Lee has it down now, Alpha and Delta. Mighty fine. Thanks, Tom. We'll be back to you in the 7-3 round. Joe, W5ABI. Good signal this morning. Joe, you're up. W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG and the Flyers and W5ABI. Good morning, Dale and the rest of the Flyers. Nice morning here in Las Cruces. It's about 70 degrees, close up to 84. So we're starting to enjoy the cooler weather. It's been a real hot summer, let me tell you. Just like last summer. So anyhow, no rain in the forecast, which we can always use. My answer to your questions are also going to be Alpha and Delta. And we're going to be one and done. We have a doctor's appointment in El Paso, and it's usually about a 45 minutes to an hour drive, depending on the traffic. But we'll try to listen to the answer. So back to you, W5 Alpha O2, W5 ABI.
Okay, fine, Joe. Alpha and Delta for you. All right, let's go to Ray, WB2JJO in New Jersey. Good morning, Ray. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJO. Well, good morning to you there, Dale, and everyone else on the net. This is Ray here, and yeah, I've got a frog in my throat. I woke up with a cold this morning, and I'll tell you what, it's not the greatest. But anyway, we'll make this one quick because the old throat really hurts. We got a beautiful day here in southern New Jersey. 74 degrees, 50% humidity. It's just what do you call banner day here for us. A beautiful day. To answer your question, sir, I'm going to have to copy you up an SJP's paper. I'm going to go with Alpha and Delta for my answers, and we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, Dale, I'm hearing you on the electric radio, and I'm hearing a lot of people here. But the bottom line is the voice is given out, as you could tell. Hi. W5OG, WB2JJO. Back to you, and I'll be here at the end, till the end there, Dale. Back to you, sir.
All right, mighty fine, Ray. Yeah, sorry you've got a cold there. You can hear it in your voice, and hope that passes quickly and you get back to your normal self there soon. All right, got your answers, and we'll move along to Charlie, K4YDB. Good morning, Charlie. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Dale. Morning to all the Flyers out there and all the visitors. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Right now, it's currently beautiful, 75 degrees outside. Supposed to get up into the low 80s, though. This morning when I went for my walk, it was about 65 degrees and the wind was blowing, so it's a little bit chilly. But I managed to get through it without getting too awfully cold. But anyway, I don't think I got to do a lot today. I got another doctor's appointment right after the net here, so I forgot all about it, and I was getting there, so I had to get everything ready for it. I had clothes in the dryer, and I had this and that over there, so I had to clean it all out before all my shirts get all wrinkly. But I don't think I made it. But anyway, as far as the question goes, I think I'm just going to go with Alpha and Delta. Seems like a good place to be. That's all I got, Dale. I'll turn it over to you, W5OG, K4YDB. I'm back to that.
Okay, Charlie. Mighty fine. Joining the limbing line there. And, yeah, thank you for, you are planning on doing my net tomorrow. Is that right, Charlie?
Roger.
Okay, great. Thank you for that in advance. I got you down and for Alpha and Delta today. All right, let's go to Mike, KQ6E and Anthem. Good morning, Mike. You're up, W5OG. Okay, Mike. Got your answer as A and all. All righty. Interesting approach there. And glad to have you join us this morning. And stay cool. Don't get out there when it's 110 degrees and play golf. That's just it's not worth it. Not at our age. All right, W5PIX. Good morning, Uncle Cliff. Where are you and where are you going and how are things? Go ahead, W5OG.
W5OG, W5PIX. Thanks for running a net today. And I'm in Selma at the present time, backing up to the dock. And I'm following the lemmings here with Alpha Delta. And anyways, I haven't seen the 737 fly out of Carswell, but I do know that they do a lot of stuff there. They used to have what I think a DC-8 or DC-9, something like that. The reserves flew, and they flew a lot of passengers, and they also did medical bags also. So I followed Chief Mike there on that out of with the Carswell bunch. Other than that, nothing going on. Sun is shining, 80 degrees right now here in Selma. It is beautiful. We've had a lot of rain and some flooding here in San Antonio on I-35 downtown as usual. You would think, eventually they'd figure out how to drain that area, but anyways, had quite a bit of water standing there on the news this morning. So, other than that, back to you, Dale. Thanks for running Bill's net, and, we'll be here at the bottom anyways. Like I said, just back then, gotta go get some paperwork. So, this is W5PIX, back to net control, W5PIX.
He turned it, Dale.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him anymore. I think he said his answers were the same as Chief Mike. He was pretty light on the SDR. Did you get his answers there, Bob?
He said he was going with the lemmings.
Okay. Alpha and Delta, I guess. That's what Lee has there also. All right, Bob, NX6RG, good morning to you, Bob. Glad you were able to join us a bit late, but we won't mark you as a target today. Go ahead, NX6RG, you're up, W5OG.
Good morning, Dale. W5OG, this is NX6RG. Good morning to all the flyers. Well, we had a hot day here yesterday, and it's today and tomorrow are still going to be up around triple digits again, so I think the low hundreds, but still pretty warm, so my wife and I went out to take Schroeder for his morning walk early, and that worked out pretty well. Well, I got back and I went to Charlie's live stream to pick up the question, and I agree with what most people said, answer Alpha for the first one, but I'm scratching my head on your bonus question because I think they all fly the 737, so I'm going to say none of the above, and we'll see how that works out, but I know the Navy flies them because when I was on a job for Raytheon, was a Navy program, and we were talking about the 737 and the Navy operating it, and I know the active duty Air Force flies it, and I know the DC Guard has them, and I'm pretty sure the Air Force Reserve has some, so I'm just going to say none of the above on the bonus question, Dale. Anyway, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. W5OG, NX6RG.
Okay. Alpha and none. All right, mighty fine, Bob. I didn't know this was going to be this interesting a question or this controversial. Maybe we'll have enough time to talk about it. All right, let's move along. Let's go to one of our guests here. Brian, I see is popped up. Let me see if I can hear you, Brian. November 6th, Bravo Delta in Oregon. You're up for the net, W5OG. Anybody hear Brian? One last shot. November 6th, Bravo, Bravo Delta. If you're hearing me, Brian, you're up for the Air Force's Flyers Club net, W5OG. Okay, don't hear it, Brian. Let's move along. I see Steve is listening. K6 Papa X-ray from the Tailhook Navy. Good morning, Steve. I hope everything's going well with you. We got to get you an antenna so you can get back on the air and join us. All right, let's see. Justin is also only listening this morning, but he has his answers there from the AIM window is Alpha and Charlie. Let's see. Let's go to Jack, K4CAX. Good morning, Jack. You're up, W5OG. What's going on?
Good morning, Dale. K4CAX.
All right, Jack, mighty fine. Interesting stuff. Well, we'll talk about it here just shortly. We're almost to the bottom. Cam0OPE, good morning, Mike. Speaking of the last but not least, I hope I can hear you this morning there, Mike. You're up, W5OG.
Good morning, Dale, and all the Flyers and guests on the net. Dale, you're 10 over here in the ground. Locally, I came in late, but did miss it. Anyway, I'm going to agree with NX6RG and say that Alpha, and I believe they all fly them. I know the Guard has some. I know the reserves have fly them. Pretty sure the Navy does, so I'm going to say Alpha and all. With that, I'll turn it back over to W5OG in the net, KF0OPE.
All right, Mike. Mighty fine. Got you as Alpha and all. All righty. Well, I guess that's the bottom of the list, unless I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody? Let me see if John is back. WA6LJS. John, are you finished with your repairman there, W5OG?
Yeah, I'm back, W5OG, WA6LJS. I'm not finished yet. It looks like I might have a refrigerant leak, and they're putting some leak detector. They have to drain all the refrigerator, and then they got to put a brand new load with detector in there, so we'll see where the leak is. But, boy, it's always Murphy's Law. We're about to hit 100 today and tomorrow, and I've got these problems. I just looked on the Charlie's live stream to see the question, and I'm pretty sure there's enough alphas in there, so I'm going to say Alpha, the 737 for the first answer. And I'm not sure about the second. I think it's either C or D. And I think there's more C's
and D's are, I'm not sure. So put me down for Delta. No, put me down for Charlie. Yeah, so get me down for Alpha and Charlie. And I don't know if I'll be around for the 73. He might call me out there again. We'll see what we're doing here. But anyway, good conditions today on this W5OG. Let me turn this other thing off. Also, I checked my records and checked again on your PayPal, Dale, or maybe you wrote a check, but I'm not seeing a record of that. So if it was PayPal, I went to our Club Air Force PayPal site, and I don't see a recent payment there. So they may have screwed up. But you let me know. You should know on your end. W5OG, WA6LJS. Okay, John. Well, you know, when you get my age, sometimes you dream these things, you know. I'm almost positive that I selected the continuing payment thing option on the PayPal for that. In other words, they would next year automatically renew your subscription to the club there. But I'll go back and check again. I quite possibly screwed something up. Didn't push the right button or something. I needed a grandchild to steer me clear. All right, got your answers there, and I don't know what's going on with Echolink there. Mine is continuing to mess up. It shows the carrot by Bob, although I've got the transmit button, so there's inconsistency there with it's something else that I'm doing wrong probably with the Echolink. Anyway, let me, okay, I think that's everybody. Did I miss anybody else on the first time through the net? Call now, W5OG. Victor Echo 3, November Sierra Tango. I don't think you were on the original list. We had one of your compatriots up there, Victor Echo 3, Hotel Oscar Lima earlier. Go ahead, give us your name and QTH. You have a good signal here, W5OG. Yeah, and what's your name and location in Florida? Interlocking, Florida. Okay, got you there, Tim. And it's Victor Echo 3, November Sierra Tango. Is that correct? Okay, mighty fine. Stroke Whiskey 4 down in Florida. Glad to have you join us, Tim. And you're on the Air Force's Flyers Club net this morning, and we're just about ready to cover the questions of the day, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do you have anything else for our net before I continue? Go ahead, Tim, over. Okay, good signal. You're 5'9" with me here in Texas, off the back of the antenna. All right, the question was, let me just pull it up here right quick. The question of the day, the C-40 Clipper is a military version of which aircraft? And I had A, the Boeing 737, as many of you got. That is the correct answer. It was not the Boeing 757 or the Gulfstream 5 or the Gulfstream G700. The Air Force does have some Gulfstream 5s, but they don't, as far as I know, they don't have the Gulfstream G700. That would be a very nice addition, though. And so the answer to the first question was Alpha, as most all of you got, and I thought that would be a pretty easy question and answer. Now the bonus question, which of the following does not operate the C-40 Clipper? And from what I can understand, now this is after a little bit of research, according to Wikipedia, and I'm going to read this. It says the Boeing C-40 Clipper, and I know it says this, is a military version of Boeing 737 next generation used to transport cargo and passengers. It is used by the United States Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps. The Navy C-40A variant is named Clipper, whereas the USAF C-40B/C variants are officially unnamed. And I have no earthly idea why not. So I can't help you there, but that's what it says. So the answer to the second question was actually Alpha. The Air Force does not operate the C-40 Clipper. And that is born up in the, if you look at the, I've got that popping going on. Sorry about that. I hope it's not coming through the air. If you look at the 2024 USAF and USSF Almanac equipment, hello, test. All right, it says that the C-40B, there are 4 of those on with the active duty Air Force. And it is the C-40 variant that is officially unnamed. So really the answer was Alpha. The Air Force is the only one that doesn't operate that one because the Air National Guard has 3. Let's see, am I right? No, the Air National Guard has 3 of the Clipper version, the C-40C, and the reserve component has 4. So the only one that doesn't operate the airplane is the Clipper version is the Air Force. I found that to be a bit worthy of a question anyway. And I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I hope you can hear me. I think, hello. Yeah, I can still hear myself on the SDR, so hopefully I'm coming through. All right, that's the answer was Alpha and Alpha. And I will accept any of those others as far as all are concerned because it does say that there's some confusion about which ones are actually named Clipper. And I thought Bob's answer as to how they came by Clipper was pretty interesting because some of those 737s were actually named Clipper, I guess, the Pan Am versions. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move along. We'll start the 73 round, and I think Don is still in there, I think, on Echolink, but he said he was not going to be there. Go ahead and see if you can bring him in, Bob. K1BOB, see if you can get K0ZNC, W5OG.
K1BOB. No, Don has left the room. He had a phone call to make, so he is off of Echolink, and he gave his best, gave his 73, said, see you all tomorrow. K1BOB, back to net.
Okay. All right, Bob. Mighty fine. All right, let's move along. We'll say 7-3s to Don, even though he still shows on my Echolink. Could be something wrong on this end. Let me see. Let's try with the. It was Carl, I think. W3 Mike Charlie Echo. Are you there, Carl? W5OG. You're up for the net. He didn't respond the first time through, and I guess he's moved along. And also Howard there was not responding. Let's go to Lee, N5BE. Thanks for the help today. Lee, you're up for the 73 round, W5OG.
W5OG, N5BE. Well, good job getting us, Dale. I stand suitably spanked on that one. I didn't think the Guard mission, had that aircraft. But anyway, I stand corrected. My quick story is Sheikh Mohammed, the Grand Poobah of the UAE, was at Lockheed. Had got a PPR to bring his Boeing business jet into Carswell. Had it parked over there at Lockheed. They needed some fuel. All that Lockheed had on the reservation was JP5. So the handbook never said anything about JB5. It said everything but. So I get on the phone. I'm on vacation. I get a call from Lockheed. So I get on the phone with GE. I get the runaround. I get fed up with them. So I called Boeing up. And Boeing starts giving me the runaround. I say, look, just tell me if I can use JP5 in this jet. That's all. And then back it up with a fax saying it's okay, And then I remember the Navy's got him right across the runway. So I called the Lockheed guy back and I said, start loading. He says, really? I said, I'll get you paper, but start putting fuel in it. So I call him back about 10 minutes later. I said, what's going on? He said, I got 5,000 gallons going in. I got another 5,000 gallons coming up right behind him. I said, go for it. Anyway, we finally got the paperwork straightened out. I don't know why it wasn't in the handbook, but Sheikh Mohammed got to go back to the UAE that night. So well done by all. W5OG N5BE.
Okay, Lee. Yeah, we have to ask Charlie. He's our fuels expert, but I'm almost positive that you can use JP5 instead of JP4 on any jet engine. But anyway, interesting experience there. All right, let's go to Mike at WW5ENZ. Chief, you're up. W5OG.
Okay, W5OG. Let me kill that thing. Okay. Yeah, it's a great net, and yeah, you tricked us all on that one. That was good. I knew, I was thinking the AFRC was one of the ones that didn't have it, but I noticed they took the first one, actually, the first one built. Anyway, great question and a lot of fun, and the sun is out, so we're going to have a great day here. WW5ENZ 73, everybody. Have a great day. Turning it back.
Yeah, make the most of it there, Mike. Mighty fine. All right, let's go to Bob, K2SJP, 7-3 round. Bob, W5OG.
W5OG, K2SJP. So I got food on that one. I thought for sure the locally operated by the airport, but I see it's only the K4YDB, not the flippers that were inherited from them. So I see, I got food on that. This will let me and you're coming in so strong, it's unbelievable. I don't know what's going on. But you're like 30 over 9 right now. Really, really strong. Great net. Thanks for running it. And we'll see you guys over on Echo Link. 73s to the rest of you. W5OG, KTS, and we are in the box.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my antenna here. I think it works better off the back than it does the front sometimes. Anyway, you got a big signal here also, Bob, as normal, but you got a big antenna. All right, let's go to John, WA6LJS, if you're available there, John. 7-3 round, W5OG.
Okay, thanks, Dale. W5OG, WA6LJS. Yeah, I'm in and out working with this guy. So it looks like we won't know for a while where the leak is, but apparently there's a leak in the low pressure refrigerant line. So anyway, hopefully it'll last me through these couple days here before we're going to have this heat wave. Anyway, good net today. Sorry I couldn't stay in for the whole time. 73. I don't know if I'll be on Echo Link or not. W5OG, WA6LJS.
Okay, mighty fine, John. Well, 7-3 to you, and glad to have you join us. Carl, KF7GJL, you're up, Carl. 7-3 round, W5OG. KF7GJL, are you there, Carl? I was hearing him good before. Anybody hear Carl? Well, I guess he got a phone call or something. Let's move on. W7AJN, John, 7-3 round, W5OG.
W5OG, W7. Taking the net today. It's very well done. We had a little difficulty. That wasn't a problem. We all got through it, and so I didn't get the second part of the question right, but that's okay. I don't think anybody did. So I'm in good company. So this is I do not think I'll be on the Echo Link one. So everybody, make it a wonderful day. Your show, brother. W5OG, W7AJM.
Okay, fine, John, and 7-3 to you. K1BOB, you're up, Bob, W5OG.
Okay, K1BOB, thank you very much for running the net, Dale. Appreciate it, and doing a swap off there of sorts. Hope Bill gets back in the air soon, so we'll give him an email, see how he's doing. I don't want to bother him, but anyway, yeah, interesting question. I'll put you slightly on the devious side there. I figure they were all about the same jet, probably some different configurations. 737s or 737 on the outside, though, so I assumed all of 737s. I guess they didn't call it Clipper or such. Oh, well, got it. No quibbles. Yeah, thanks, and all's well here. Going to be about 80. I got a contractor coming in here. He should have been here by now, but I don't see him on the camera. So, anyway, I'll be on Echo Link. It's just you and me right now. I've had no problems with my Echo Link here today, and no funny arrows pointing at anything. So with that, Dale, thanks again. And Charlie and Leon, also staying way up on the net log and putting all the valuable information there as we go down the line. And that's about it. And Justin did give us 73 there. I think you probably caught that. It's on Charlie's chat thing, top chat there. And he had to get back to the office from work. K1BOB. Back to W5OG. Thanks, Dale.
Yeah, okay, Bob, mighty fine. Yeah, I don't quite understand that either. The C40, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on with my transmitter here, but it's not good. I'm gonna have to look into this and find out what's happening with my radio. Anyway, 7-3, Bob, thanks for the help today. But like I was saying, anyway, the C40 B is the one that the Air Force has. It's officially unnamed for some reason, not the Clipper. But yet the Air National Guard and the Reserve are down for some of those airplanes, so I don't know why. That doesn't make much sense. It's probably a mistake in the air. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's move on. The K4, let's see. No, next is Brian, WB5DRI. Brian, you're up for the 73 round, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, W5OG, WB5DRI. Well, thanks again for getting us all in there, Dale, and fun net, and learned some things about the C40 Clipper there. So, everybody have a great day out there. 73s, W5OG, WB5DRI. Back to net. Good day, everybody.
Thank you, Brian. 7-3 to you. Tom, K4YES, 7-3 round, W5OG. All right, Tom. Yeah, I'll see you over on Echo Link, and thank you for being there. I've reduced the power some here. See if that'll help this clicking. All right, let's go to Joe, W5ABI in Las Cruces. 7-3 round, Joe, W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG, W5ABI. We're still here. I didn't know if we'd make it for the 73 round, but we did. Thanks for running the net, Dale, and 73s, all the flyers. W5OG, W5ABI.
7-3, Joe. Ray, WB2JJO, 7-3 round, Ray, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJO. Well, very good bet there, Dale. Thank you for doing it, for sure. And thanks for all the research that you put into it. It was a very good question. I got 50%, but 50% is better than zero. I with that there, I'll say 73s, and we'll get you further on down the log. And no, I will not be on Echolink. I think my voice is just about ready to fall apart. Hi. So 73s, catch you all later. W5OG, WB2JJO, 73.
Okay, 7-3, Ray. And break with you, and let's go to Charlie. K4YDB, 7-3, Charlie, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good net today, Dale. You got a good turnout here. Interesting question. I enjoyed it. Anyway, I'll say 7-3s, everybody, and stop by. I'll be out there tomorrow taking your net on Thursday. So, anyway, 7-3s, everybody. Everybody have a good day. We'll look for you tomorrow. It's K4YDB back tonight.
Yeah, thanks for doing the net for me tomorrow, Charlie. Now, Mike, KQ6E, 7-3 round, W5OG. All right, 7-3 there, Mike. Uncle Cliff, W5PIX, 7-3 round, Cliff, W5OG.
Thank you there, Dale, and everybody on all the flyers. I just barely hear myself on the Georgia Lumpkin, so I know conditions ain't the best.
I don't hear Cliff. Bob, are you hearing him? K1BOB, W5OG.
Yeah, he's talking. Hold on. Okay, I think Cliff went 73. I heard him. I think he was just about done. K1BOB, back to net.
Okay, thank you, Bob. He'll probably be over on Echolink. All right, the other Bob, NX6RG, 7-3, Bob, W5OG.
W5OG, this is NX6RG. And by the way, Dale, I did look it up on Wikipedia, and you're right that statement that the Air Force did not name theirs. However, I pulled out my May-June issue, which is the annual Air Force Almanac from Air and Space Forces Association, and you look up C-40, it says Clipper. So, I don't know. The Air Force calls them Clippers, so I don't know if Wikipedia is correct. I don't know. Sometimes they get bogus information in there, and unless it's corrected, it stays. So, I don't know. The almanac says it's called the Clipper. I also looked up USAFE because I remember that they used to operate the 737 a while back under Clinton. That's where his Secretary of Commerce died in a 737 crash in, where was that? Dubrovnik, Croatia, I think. They were making an IFR approach there and crashed into a mountain to the left of course. So, anyway, for what it's worth, the almanac says it's called the Clipper. But it was a great question. And I also had to get refreshed on what the other stuff was. C-21 is the Learjet, and the C-37 is the Gulfstream 5. So I noted USAFE now has 5 Learjets and 3 Gulfstream 5. So that's how they're handling their VIPs now. Anyway, 73's great question, and we'll see everybody on the air tomorrow. W5OG, NX6RG.
Yeah, Bob, that's where I got the information about the Air National Guard and the Reserve. If you look on page 36, under USAF and hello, I guess I just lost the SDR. Hopefully I'm still transmitting. Anyway, on page 56, it says under the listing, C-40B is what the active duty Air Force has. The C-40C, but it describes it as Clipper, is the 3 in the National Guard and 4 in the reserve in the reserve. That's basically what my question was based on. Was out of the 2024 Air Force and Space Force Almanac there. But like you say, it could have been somebody made a bad entry, and that's what I suspect. All right, let me quickly move on and go to, let's see, I've got K6PX is gone, KB7LAK is gone. How about you, Jack? KM4CAX, 7-3 round, W5OG. Yeah, KM4CAX, are you there, Jack? Don't hear Jack. Let's see, I guess, and Mike's show is checked out, so that's the end of the list. Unless I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody or late check-ins? Call now, W5OG. Okay, hearing none, this has been the Wednesday edition of the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. W5OG has been the moderator. Normally it's W2WLD on Wednesdays, but we hope that Bill gets back on with a good station here quickly and returns to his normal duties. W5OG now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club Net this Wednesday and returning the frequency to normal amateur use. We'll see you over on Echo Lake, W5OG.
W5OG, NX6RG. Dale, if you look on page 130 in the almanac, you'll see the picture of the plane, and it says C-40 Clipper, and there's no distinction between the B and the C model in that whole write-up in there. Anyway, it's an interesting question. W5OG, NX6RG clear.
Yeah, it is interesting, particularly with the Wikipedia saying that it's officially unnamed. Why they would say that, I don't know. You know what? Why would some of them? Maybe those are just the ones that came from Pan Am. Who knows? Thank you, Bob. W5OG clear. Going over to Echo Link.